Hi everyone, it's Jay here, and these are the manga and manhwa releases for the first half of October. We're going to start with the Kodansha releases, A Condition Called Love Volume 10. It's been 6 months since Hotaru and Hananoi-kun became official, but lately Hananoi-kun has been acting strangely. Finally, on their first date in a long time, he tells her what is on his mind. Meanwhile, who's this new mystery girl making waves? Bless Volume 3. Surrounded by a circle of like-minded talents, Aya finally feels free to pursue becoming a makeup artist. His friend Jun makes her own breakthrough toward a seemingly impossible modelling career. Despite the challenges ahead, their determination to succeed is unstoppable. We've got a new series called A Mobile Suit Gundam Kukuru's Doan's Island. Based on the legendary Lost episode from the first Gundam TV series, this is the story of Kukuru's Doan like you've never seen it before. This 5-volume series explores the ramifications of Kukuru's Doan's actions from the perspective of the Zeon soldiers under his command. Gundam veteran Junji Ono brings us brand new characters and a new view of the development of the original mobile suits. Windbreaker Volume 8. Haruka Sakura never had a close friend, let alone several. As he grapples with his fear of rejection, he turns to Kaji, the class leader of the second years, for some much-needed advice. Following an impromptu party involving Sakura's favourite omelette rice, he meets Tsubakino, one of the 4 kings. Fascinated by the upperclassman's outspoken and confident personality, what will Sakura discover about himself while learning about Tsukabino's past? Opposites Attract Volume 2. Rottweiler Tsubu-chan and Pomeranian Monjuro are friends, and they're leading the way now, pulling their owners even closer together. Kiyotaka is a bit shy, and Chihiro a bit reserved, but a chance encounter with a stylish young woman and her dignified old Shiba leads to new friendships and discoveries, and inspires Kiyotaka to make a bold move. The Fable Omnibus 4. This omnibus edition includes volumes 7 and 8. It's all go in this one. Magura's resident assassin wannabe, Kuro, shows up at Fable's door, begging again to be taken under his wing. But solve one problem, and it's replaced by 3 more. Is this what it's like to be a working man? Volume 10 of Uncle from Another World. Magatsu Koto no Nushi, a powerful enemy enshrined deep inside a dungeon that severely dampens magical power, has possessed Elf. Uncle, who has been quiet with an odd look on his face, finally makes his move. Yowamushi Pedal Volume 26. Into High Day 3. The last day, the final opportunity to be crowned champion of the race has begun. Trickery is afoot, and it leaves Team Sohoku in dire straits. Omnibus 5. How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. The shifting political landscape initiates an eye-opening talk between Soma and Empress Maria of the Grand Chaos Empire. But he has to return his attention to the domestic front. Countless refugees have been displaced by the Demon Lord's domain and taken up in his lands. With no easy solution in sight, Soma arranges a meeting with their leader and proposes an ultimatum. Moving on to the Viz Media releases, we have Volume 5, Blade of the Moon Princess. This is the last volume in the series, so make sure you go and get this to see how it all ends. Blue Box Volume 12. Winter break is rolling in, but Taiki and Chinatsu won't be spending it together. Despite a ski trip with his badminton buddies to keep his mind off her, Taiki holds on to the faint hope that he'll be able to see Chinatsu before school starts again. The time apart has only intensified his feelings for her, and Taiki finally decides it's time to act. Kaiju number 8, Volume 11. The 5 identified class Kaiju created by number 9 gather in the Eastern Division's area. Specifically designed to eliminate the Defense Force's main players, these Kaiju have drawn every division into a struggle. Meanwhile, Kafka makes a promise to Kikoru before the battle. But what could it be? Kimi ni Todoke From Me to You Volume 3. This is the final volume of the series, so go pick it up to see what happens. Marriage Toxin Volume 4. Gero is struck by a surprise attack from the deadly Hitman Hunter. To make matters worse, Arashiyama's life is threatened by the head of the Beast Clan. To have any hope of keeping her safe, Gero must risk venturing into the very heart of this rival clan's territory. Moriarty the Patriot, Volume 17. The group are celebrating in this one and throw a dinner party to find out what really happened in America. Volume 39, My Hero Academia. Endeavour and Dabby clash as the villain reaches critical mass, but Endeavour's path to victory may also lead to his own destruction. But the main event is All Might versus All for One, in a showdown that's been a long time coming. However, All Might is a shadow of his former self. Can he still go the distance? Otaku Vampire's Love Bite, Volume 1. Hina is a modern vampire who drinks blood from bags instead of from humans, but she's also a complete shut-in who hasn't left the house in 30 years. In an effort to reach her, Hina's dad does something that changes her life. He gives her a DVD of the Vampire Cross anime. Hina is instantly obsessed, especially with the character Mao, but it's difficult to fangirl as hard as she wants from her bedroom in Romania. So now Hina is out of the house and off to Japan to live her otaku dream. Volume 12 of Rainbow Days. With Mari having told Anna that she's in love with her, how will their friendship change? And where does that leave Natsuki and Matsun in their unrequited loves? Volume 5 of Tamon's B-Side. Just when it looks like Utage can finally relax and enjoy her summer, Face member Ori goes all out trying to make her fangirl over him. Does Ori want to win Utage over only as a fan, or has he got feelings for her? Vampire Night Memories Volume 9. The Emperor's regime has been overturned, lessening the conflict between humans and vampires. The pureblood vampire Ai decides to enter into a political marriage with a human in order to maintain the newfound fragile peace. Akane Banashi Volume 8. After the first contestant of the 4-person selection event receives a stern reception, the audience and other contestants begin to realise how high the stakes truly are. Case Closed Volume 92. After missing one hint after another, Conan finally gets a clue and remembers where he first met Sarah, the girl detective with the mysterious past. Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated, a Magic the Gathering manga. In everything he does, it seems like geeky middle school student Hajime Kano comes in second place behind popular honor student Emi Sawatari. But when Hajime takes a trip to a new game store he's been hearing about, their rivalry takes an unexpected turn. Welcome to the early years of Magic the Gathering, when a trading card game shaped a generation forever. Komi Can't Communicate Volume 31. Tadano and Komi are going to the summer festival together. It's a classic date destination, almost a rite of passage for couples, but rites of passage come with high expectations and high pressure, especially when it seems like the whole world is out to ruin your night. Can Tadano and Komi save their date from bad luck and worse weather? For Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. In this one, see how best-selling creator Koyoharu Gotoge, creator of the worldwide sensation Demon Slayer, got started. This collection features 4 short stories packed with supernatural action, including a deadly vampire hunt starring Tamayo and Muzan that would serve as the direct inspiration for Demon Slayer. Naruto Konoha's story The Steam Ninja Scrolls, the manga, Volume 2. Mirai's journey escorting Kakashi and Guy takes an unexpected turn when their route is cut off by a massive landslide. While stopped at a village, Mirai meets Tatsumi, a young girl whose mother has died. She reveals to Mirai that she's in this particular village because there's a hot spring nearby that can bring the dead back to life. But when Mirai goes to visit, it is not what she expects. Spy X Family, the official colouring book. There are over 70 images featuring Lloyd, Anya and Yor from the hit manga series Spy X Family. The images are printed on thick, high-quality paper, and the book has a flexible binding for easy colouring. Moving on to the Sublime releases, we have Stigmata Love Bites. Officer Asako, part of a special investigations unit, has the unique ability to react to the residual thoughts of murder victims, replicating their wounds on his own body. Together with his partner, the reserved Superintendent Kuroiwa, he works hard to solve the toughest of cases. In a shocking turn of events, one of the cases this unique team of investigators takes on is the murder of Superintendent Kuroiwa's own ex-wife, Mari. Upon visiting the murder scene, Asako reacts by collapsing and bleeding profusely from a wound that suddenly appears on his back. But why are Mari's final thoughts about her ex-husband Kuroiwa, and what does Asako's surprise reaction to them really mean? Volume 2 of My Dearest Patrolman, Seiji is swamped with self-doubt in this one, worried that with his bleak romantic history, he won't be enough for his younger partner. Moving on to 70s entertainment, we have Volume 3 of The Valiant Must Fall. Shino and Harayasu go out to steal a special blade from the Meiji government that can kill immortals. The Imperial Archives fiercely pursue them to recover it, blocking the group's escape more than once, but help comes from an unexpected source, a young boy from Aizu. Imaginary Volume 2. This is a tale about childhood friends, unrequited love, and the power of imagination. Summer break is approaching and Mai is coming home for a visit. Tasuku doesn't waste time trying to come up with something for them to do together. Where will their imaginations take them when they finally reunite? Game Between the Suits Volume 3. Sayo and Kiriyama have been playing a game that started with an addictively physical relationship. Then one day, Sayo admitted something that changed everything, and that ended their game. At least that was how it was supposed to go, but can they let each other slip away so easily? The Legend of Dororo and Hyaki Maru, Volume 8. I've never heard of this manga before, but it is a reimagining of a classic story originally by Osamu Tezuka. During Japan's tumultuous Sengoku period, one man sells his son to a pack of devils in exchange for the power to rule. 48 devils take 48 pieces of young Hyakimaru, and the boy is left for dead. But through the assistance of a sage and a series of inventive prosthetics, Hyakimaru survives. Together with the young thief Dororo, the now-grown Hyakimaru embarks upon a quest to slay all the demons and retrieve the stolen pieces of his body. In this one, they are in a village where all the women have the same face. Malevolent Spirits Mononogatari Volume 8. The all-out attack at the Kadomori estate continues, with the paper umbrella Tsukumogami seemingly having the upper hand, and Hyoma is forced to confront his own past. Another new series, Magical Buffs, the support caster is stronger than he realised. Wim Strauss is a granting caster, a support mage who can increase the strength of his allies through the power of his spells. It's a useful talent, but since it can't be used directly in battle, it gets zero respect from the other members of his party. As far as they're concerned, support magic is dead weight. It isn't long before they toss him out on his ear, leaving Wim to wonder if his career as an adventurer is over. Lucky for Wim, he has one big chance. His childhood friend is able to get him an audition with her elite A-rank party. The two of them know his magic is good for more than just menial backup, but now he'll have to prove it. It's time to show the world that support mages can do more than just stand on the back lines. I'm a Wolf, but my boss is a Sheep, Volume 5, another series that is finishing. Go pick this final volume up to find out how it all ends. A Tale of the Secret Saint, Volume 7. During Fia's visit to Sutherland, the inhabitants begin to make a scene, claiming she's the reincarnation of the great saint based on how she looks and what she says and does. Captain Cyril sees this as an opportunity to ease tensions between the locals and the Night Brigade, and advises her to encourage this idea. She agrees to let them treat her as someone who might be the reborn Great Saint, to improve relations between Sutherland's inhabitants and the Knights. But could this plan backfire? I'm thinking yes. Volume 13 of Kemono Jihen. This is an action-packed mystery series, and in this one, Kabane and his friends are training in a special space created by Iyohime's father. Meanwhile, Nobimaru visits Inugami and talks about the Fox's upcoming attack on Yashima and the possibility of working together to stop the mission. However, an unexpected and ominous shadow approaches. What will come of its beautiful yet cruel flames? How My Daddies Became Mates, Volume 1. As teenagers, Kuroga Akane and Shirasaki Ao couldn't have been more different. An alpha and an omega from rival schools, their initial meeting wasn't exactly love at first sight. In fact, it was downright brutal. Fast forward to adulthood, and not only are they mated and married, but they even have an adorable daughter. How did these former delinquents go from wanting to beat each other to a pulp to falling in love? From Tokyo Pop, we get bite marks and fluorite. Mortally wounded trying to prevent what he thought was a mugging, Haru's life is saved by the vampire Akihito, with one small drawback: he is now a vampire too. The transformation takes time, however, and while he adapts, Haru is vulnerable prey for other vampires. Akihito promises to keep him safe, and as Haru adjusts to his new circumstances, he also finds himself falling for the man who gave him a second chance at life. Square Enix, Victoria's Electric Coffin, Volume 3. This story is about a 13-year-old medical genius who gives a boy on death row a chance at life after death. This is the final volume of the series. We also have The Ice Guy and the Cool Girl, Volume 7. As Icy Himuro and Cool Fuyutsuki continue to dance around each other and their blossoming mutual feelings, two of their co-workers aren't so hesitant. When Himuro and Seijima wind up joining Fuyutsuki and Komori on their trip to a hot spring, Seijima confides in Himuro that he is planning to use this opportunity to ask Komori out. That revelation and the charming side to Fuyutsuki in a yukata leaves Himuro unable to keep his cool. So those are the October releases, at least for the first half of the month. Hopefully there's something in there that you really want to buy. There's plenty of volumes that I am interested in. As always, you can use the code Jay'sManga to get 5% off at SciFier.com. Their prices are really cheap anyway, but it's always nice to get an extra 5% off. And they have a flat shipping rate of £1.99. So even if you bought 30 volumes, you still only have to pay £1.99 shipping, which I think is really good. Let me know what you want to buy in the comments below, but otherwise, have a lovely manga buying month, everyone. Bye!